I always forget to bring my mic over. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Uh, yeah. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Okay.
How y'all doing?
Let me shut this down.
Uh,
All right. So, what's good, everybody? What's good? Happy Thanksgiving Eve, and hope you're well. Hope you're about to spend time with your family. That's important. And I just wanted to, since we won't be here, I won't be here Thursday or Friday. So I want to do a little something right now. I know a couple other people, bigger boys on the scene right now. They're doing their live streams. Kings are doing their live streams, and so a couple other people, Dennis Sperling, he's doing live stream. Other people are doing live streams. So if you get a minute in between all of us, you can go check them out or come check me out. But I want to talk to you about relationships. Brother Clarence, what you know about relationships? You've been married all them years. How you think I've been married all these years? How you think I was able to be married all these years if I didn't learn and know a little bit about relationships? You got to have some knowledge of relationships, give and take, compromise, stand on your square. You got to know when to do all of this stuff and how much to do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it don't make sense to stand on your square because it's not. It's gonna make things. It's gonna make the whole uh, hodge or trip or journey. It's gonna make the journey rougher than it has to be. You know what I mean? This walk through life is already gonna have bumps in it. So why make it any rougher just to prove a point to another person that your ego is too big to let go of something, right? A lot of relationships are in a bad way because why? You got somebody that's always got they eyes on the rear view mirror. They always got their every time something happens, they say, yeah, that's just like when you did this 10 years ago or 8 years ago or 2 years ago or 2 weeks ago. They always got their eyes in the rear view mirror. That is tough. It's tough to get around somebody like that. You know what I mean? When they're constantly telling you about what you did in the past. If you go to marriage counseling, the first thing they're gonna tell you is you got to forget the past, or not necessarily forget it, but you can't be bringing it up all the time because it's not gonna do you anything productive. It's not gonna make anything more productive. But what do most people do, and most women, they just bring your past up and mush it in your face. Men too. I mean, I'm not saying women are the only ones, but men too. Men, they just bring up your past and push it in your face and mash it in your face. So how are we getting around all this stuff? How do we get around all this stuff? See, we got to be dynamic. Relationships are dynamic. What do I mean by dynamic? I mean, relationships are always evolving. They're always evolving. People think when you get married, it's just, I marry you and it's just going to stay that way for 50 years. And it's going to be just a smooth sailing. You're going to have children. It's going to be smooth sailing, everything. No, man. Nothing. Today's world is not like that. Maybe 50, 60 years ago, the world was at least stable enough in America where one person could work a job, buy a house, buy a car, buy a boat, and go fishing on the weekends with the family. And it's not like that anymore in America now. Things are so tumultuous, man. One minute you got a job, one minute you don't. One minute you got investments, one minute you don't. One minute you got a wife, one minute you don't. One minute you got a husband, one minute you don't. You don't, I mean, nothing, there is no guarantees in this life. There's no guarantees. So the only thing you can do is be able to flow with the movement. You got to be moved with the mover. You know what I mean? There was a teacher of my teacher. His name was Dr. Moses Powell. Look him up. He was a jiu-jitsu instructor, and he used to say, "Move with the mover." You know what I mean? If somebody tries to put you in motion, go with their motion. and then deal with them based on their emotion, right? But what do we do in marriages? We want everything to stay the same, right? Most people, they understand that everything, the job may change, the car may change, the house may change, but they want the marriage to stay the same. Man, most people are going to change every 5 to 10 years. Their whole outlook is going to change. Most people. Most people, the way they see things at 25, by the time they turn 30, they're going to see things a lot different. By the time they turn 35, they're probably going to see almost everything different. People change, people evolve, people find out. And then, but you know what the scariest part is? The scariest part is having somebody come up to you and say, you know what? I am not in love with you anymore. I'm not in love with you anymore. My understanding has gotten to a point where I don't feel that you are valuable to me, or I have the feelings I have for you in the beginning. That's a scary thought. That's a scary thought. That's why a lot of people don't commit, because there's no guarantees in life, man. There's nothing. You can marry somebody and they can walk in the house after 10 years, after 15, 20 years, 30 years, they can walk in the house and say, you know what, I'm not feeling this no more. I told you guys about a sheriff deputy out here, an LA sheriff deputy that I am acquainted with. And he just walked in the house one day after 30 years. He got that last boy off the college, and he just walked in the house and told the wife, hey, I got a girlfriend. I've been having this girlfriend, and I'm moving out, and I'm going to live with her. See ya. I mean, not 30, 26 years. 26 years. I mean, 26 years? This lady thought she was set, right? She thought, man, now we're going to be able to travel the country. We're going to be able to do all of this other stuff together. She had no clue. She had no clue. So let's talk about, how do you get a clue? How do you get a clue? Or how do you stay on top of situations like this? Well, one of the ways you got to stay on top of it is you got to know the person. You guys, sometimes some of you guys be like, oh, are you in the nation, Brother Clarence? Yes. And in the nation, every time somebody comes in the mosque, we check them. We check them for weapons, contraband, anything. They're checked before they come in. Why? Because we don't want the police to have a reason to be able to come into the mosque. They shouldn't be able to come to the mosque, unless they come in to worship. If they come to worship, they can come in. But if they come in to, we can't let them in with their weapons. So they know they can't come in with their weapons. But but if we have contraband in, now they can come in. Now they have a reason they can come in the building with their weapons. So we always check everybody. But what's the point of what I'm saying? The point is, if somebody come in and they go, oh, I forgot to, do something. I got to make a phone call or whatever. And they got to go out. When they go out, when they come back, we check them again. They got to come in and they go out again, we check them again. And every time they come in, we check them, keep checking them. Why? Because you don't know. Because Elijah Muhammad said, anybody can turn hypocrite overnight. You could turn hypocrite overnight. So it just not be from desire. It not be from your desire to be a hypocrite. It be from your weakness, from our weaknesses. We will get a suggestion to do something that may ease the pain we feel in a moment of weakness, and it'll drive us to become a hypocrite. Even though we got a good heart, we got good nature, we in pain, and a suggestion, the devil can make us put a suggestion in our head, hey, this crack pipe will ease your pain, and you could turn into a hypocrite just like that. So we got to check you every time. Same thing in a marriage, man. You got to keep checking somebody. Every couple of years, you got to check them just to see what's are we still, what do you still think about this? You ain't got to be like, FBI interrogation, but you just question them. What do you think about, you still working toward getting that house? Or we still working towards getting that motorhome or the camper or whatever? What's your plans on when you get when you retire? What did you have any plans for what you wanted to do? I don't know. Yeah, same plans. Oh, okay, all right. You got to check people because relationships are dynamic. Relationships are always changing. There's always an issue, right? You're a man, you out there, and some beautiful female at work start paying attention to you. Next thing you know, you talking. Next thing you know, you going to coffee. Next thing you know, you going to lunch. Next thing you know, you going to dinner. Next thing you know, you pumping and sweating in the shed, right? Peace, brother D. What's going on, man? What's going on? Just getting a quick one off before we go to that thing, what it's called Thanksgiving, brother. Good to see you in the building, brother D. You and Sister G. Yeah, but relationships will always change. They're always dynamic. They're changing all the time. You don't know. Sometimes people can get so complacent, and then other times people get so complacent that they don't realize that they're mistreating the other person. They get so complacent, like the person, they just stop doing one or two things. Well, I don't want to have sex so much. And they get complacent in not having sex. And pretty soon they get comfortable in not having sex while the other person is like, I need to have sex. What's going on? And that can be the wedge that drives two people apart. Right? I'm not going to talk about poly relationships unless somebody come up and talk about that. But I'm just going to talk about a monogamous situation, a quote unquote monogamous situation. So how do you handle this stuff? See, that's why I say you got to always be checking. You got to always be checking. Always check people and see where they're at. You know what I mean? And take their word for it. You know what a lot of us do? When somebody give us an answer we don't like, we try to correct them. We try to give them the answer that we want them to say. Especially women. Women are notorious for doing that. They try to reword the question and ask you a different way to try to get you to answer it the way they want you to answer, instead of saying, this is what this man say. Let me take the man at his word. This is how he said he doesn't want to have sex with me no more. Okay. So the question is, if he don't want to have sex with you no more, why don't he want to have sex with you no more? That's the question. A man's not going to typically not have sex with you because of another woman. A man typically is going to not have sex with you anymore because he is, I wouldn't say the word bored, but I would say definitely too comfortable with your appearance. He should always be excited for your appearance. And maybe that may put some extra work on the woman to try to get that going. But whose job is it to maintain a high level of sexual tension? That is on the woman. That is on the woman. If you let a man be the one to maintain the sexual tension, what's going to happen when you ain't dealing with him? See, a man will take that sexual tension other places. You want it just at home. That's why I had a friend. She used to say, I'm never gonna let him walk out of the house mad with a full sack. If he leaves, he's gonna leave with an empty sack. If he can get enough energy to do something even after he leaves with an empty sack, then what can I do? But she said, at least I tried. Right? I'm just giving you good game. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is grown up talking right here, man. So, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to make it so that, even if you got little kids in the room, they can't exactly get what I'm saying. But yeah. So how we gonna get? So the thing about the title is the Doghouse. How do we get in the doghouse? First of all, how do you get in the doghouse? Typically, men get in the doghouse by not perceiving a woman's feeling about a certain thing and making her to feel like he don't care about her personally. Usually that's how men get in the doghouse. We don't do something and the woman takes it personally, like we meant to do it on purpose to hurt her, right? How do women get in the doghouse? Women get in the doghouse from being complacent with either their physical, their sexual appearance, or their sexual attraction, or letting the sexual tension get really low, or they usually, or just by not showing a certain amount of respect to the man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me close this window. Let me close this window, y'all. All right, there we go. There we go. All right. So, how do we do that? How do we do that? I was talking about women. Women get in the doghouse from usually not being sexual or letting the sexual tension get so low that it's almost unnoticeable, right? I'm gonna just tell you, women, it's your job to keep the sexual tension high, right? You will always keep yourself either looking or talking or smelling or presenting yourself like it could go down at any moment. It could go down at any moment. And it should go down at any moment. Got to be how the man, like, remember the Addams family? Remember Gomez? He was always on Morticia, man. Always on her. Damn, he was like, damn, man. He could barely do any work because he was always kissing on her arms, kissing on her neck, kissing on her. Why? Because she always kept the sexual tension high. She knew what he liked. She dressed the way he liked. She looked how he wanted her to look, and she talked the way she wanted him to talk. And she always kept the sexual tension high. What do most women do, especially in America? Once you sign on that dotted line, boing, they let everything go, right? Men do it too. Men do it too. I don't just say it's the females, but it's not the men's responsibility to keep the sexual tension high. Because trust me, if you're a woman and you keep the sexual tension high, a man will go to the gym. He'll say, damn, if I don't get with this program, she's going to find somebody else. I better get my ass in the gym. That's what the average man is going to say, right? I mean, provided he's not wheelchair bound or has some type of illness where he can't work out. But if he can work out, he's going to say, man, I got to get with the program. She trying to give it to me, and I'm the one I'm holding the trains back, right? So how do we get out of the doghouse? How do we get out of the doghouse as men? Well, how did we used to get out of it when we were younger, right? Brother D, when we were young, man, why we could just drill our way right out of it, right? I don't care how mad she got. You could just go in and just drill your way right out of it, right? When we get a little older, it's a little more difficult, right? Sister Wanda, hey, Brother Clarence, what are we discussing tonight? Sister Wanda, we are discussing the doghouse, and I'm answering your relationship questions, and you can tell me what you got to be thankful for. So we got 3 different things we can deal with, or y'all could take the conversation wherever y'all want to go, but that's the things that I want to talk about. Right now, I'm talking about the doghouse, how do we get in and out of the doghouse? All right. So the doghouse. So like I said, as men, when we were young, Brother D, you know this, we just drill our way out of it. She could be hot like fish grease, right? Take you about 15, 20 minutes to, warm her up. Then you just drill your way out, right? Now we get a little older. Drilling your way out don't exactly work no more, right? You're not able to kind of, you know what I mean? You just it's not as effective as it was because maybe you just older, the woman's older, and she's like, nah, I'm not gonna let that fly this time, right? So how do you get out? Here's a real serious game. How you get out of the doghouse is by actually trying to think about what you did wrong. What did you do wrong? What did you do? Because sometimes we let our egos get in the way, right? We let ego get in the way. I ain't do nothing wrong. I ain't say nothing wrong. And hear the woman telling you what you said and did wrong, but you won't accept it because your ego won't let you accept that you did something wrong, right? I ain't doing nothing wrong. That's how I talk. That's just how I talk. Yeah, but it's not. It may not be how you should talk to your woman. May not be. May not be. It may not be, man. Well, I ain't no punk. It ain't got nothing to do with being a punk. It's just you got to communicate a little better. Now you signed up in a long-term relationship or marriage. You can't talk how you want to talk all the time because it ain't just you no more. It's you got another person here. Sister Wana, being sincerely apologetic works. The ego must die so true being can thrive. I will agree with everything except for the ego must die. You need your ego, but you got to know when and when not to use it. Okay, being sincerely apologetic works. Yeah, if you can be sincere, if you can show a person that you're sincere and you're not just patronizing them, then yeah, that may work. That works. But really showing people that you're actually concerned about how they feel about the situation. Empathy works too. So being empathetic plus being sincerely apologetic, the ego has to go on the back burner. You need your egos. There's going to be times when you need your ego, right? People try to lead you astray. That's what your ego is for. It's for people try to lead you astray. Your ego helps you stay on your square. So you got to know when to pull it out and when to use it. But ego is not to be used in a heated argument with your spouse. That's not the time for your ego. But what do most, I won't say women, but sometimes women too, but most guys do, their ego comes out when they fight with the woman. Why? Because men in a heated situation, they don't see man or woman. I'm gonna explain this to women. Men, when they get upset, they don't see man or woman. They see threat and non-threats. You either a threat or you're not a threat. And if you argue with me, you're a threat. So I'm gonna handle you like you're a threat. That's how come when men with you. How come you talk to me like I'm a man? Because you present yourself as in a man's mind. We hardwired to think about threats and non-threats. Either you a threat. If you're a threat and you're threatening my authority, then I'm gonna deal with you that you're threatening my authority, right? And I ain't gonna hold nothing back, because men, we know as men, once you undermine my authority, I'm through. I have no more. I'm not gonna be able to do anything in this little community here because you undermine my authority. And once my authority is undermined, you're gonna have chaos. So to avoid the chaos, they're going to strike back, even if you're a woman, even if you're the woman. Now, the woman's like, how come I can't believe you said that to me. I can't believe you did that to me. That was because he perceived you as a threat to his authority. So even in the time, like I said, I tell you about a lady that helped me a lot. And one of the things that she did, she never argued with me. She never argued with me. I knew I was in trouble. You know how I knew I was in trouble? Because she would get really quiet. She would get really quiet. And she would answer me in a way that let me know, like, remember Minister Society, you effed up, right? That's how she would talk to me. I would ask her a question. I would go on these long diatribes. Yeah, girl, you, and she would say, she'd just get quiet. And then I would ask her a question. Did you hear what I said? She'd go, yes, I heard you. And I'll be like, uh-oh. That let me know, uh-oh. Clarence, you messed up this time. Right? But my point is, she never argued with me. She never, even though she might have been really, we had times where we really disagreed with each other, but she never argued with me. And I didn't either, because I'm not an arguer. I'm not going to argue with somebody. I mean, I don't argue either. I mean, I would just, try to push my program. And she would be like, "No, that ain't gonna work here, bro. That ain't gonna work here." And so, so she would just get real quiet. That's another strategy too. It really women, if you really want a man to see that they have done something really wrong, just be quiet. Most women do the opposite, right? What, nigga? You can't talk to me like that. What? Yeah. And so then it becomes, who can exhaust the other one, right? who can exhaust the other one, right? In the Quran, the God tells the devil, he said, "I will exhaust you all. You got all of y'all that want to go against what I say. I will exhaust you all. Meaning I'm gonna outlast all of you, right? So that's what it turns into in our households, right? It's a battle of the wills. Who can outlast the who? Who can exhaust the other one, right? uh, and then we spend all this energy fighting with each other, right? But then guess what? The woman says, "Oh, well, I'm gonna have makeup sex. See, we're gonna have makeup sex. That's gonna make this all worth it. Is the makeup sex?" But men are not like that. Men are not like that. Men, once you have shown yourself to be a threat to his authority, you're gonna get less and less attention from him. And that's one thing women don't understand. Women say, they threaten a man's authority all the time, and they don't understand why he don't want to have makeup sex no more. Because they get tired of that. Nobody wants to have their authority challenged in their own home. No, men do. Men don't, at least. Sister Wana, the challenge is to appear nonviolent or non-threatening, so there is no reason to fight. Here's the challenge, Sister Wanda. Here's the challenge, Sister Wanda. The challenge is to get your objective accomplished without firing a shot. That's the challenge. You're trying to accomplish your objective without firing a shot. Because men are very delicate. You think women are delicate? Holy smokes, there's nothing more delicate than a man. Men are very delicate, very delicate. They're tough on the outside, but delicate on the inside. Very, very delicate creatures. And the average woman has no clue how to deal with men. They have no clue. They especially the ones that have drank in the whole women's movement Kool-Aid, they have no clue how to deal with men. They think I gotta always have a chip on my shoulder. I always gotta compete with this man to show him that I'm just as good and I'm just like a man. Why? Why would I want to be with somebody that's just like a man? I want to be with a woman. You don't have to you don't have to explain to me how smart you are. Just perform. Just perform. I don't need to see how smart you are. If you're smart, you're smart. But if I have to, you got to constantly be trying to show me and tell me, "Oh, I'm smart," and this, you ain't got to do all that. I got neighbors, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm in the hood, so they doing all this stuff. So y'all got to excuse me. If you get too bad, I'll go out there and tell them to turn the music down. But anyway, what can we do? What can we do? We gotta see, as a woman, in my opinion, as a man, if you're a woman, your goal should be, how can I get this man to see what I'm talking about without firing a shot? Because if you can do that, you'll win every time. What do most women do? Most women, they just start swinging. And I mean verbally swinging, right? They say a bunch of different stuff, make it a real ugly situation, and then they say, "Okay, now I'm gonna wait for the makeup sex. He gonna want makeup sex. He's gonna go have makeup sex somewhere else." I mean, eventually, once he sees you as a person that's constantly challenging him, he's gonna say, "That's gonna be a turnoff to the average man." He's gonna want somebody who submits, right? So the objective, Sister Wanda, is to be able to appear submissive when necessary, but at the same time controlling the situation to make what you want to have happen. That is the key. See, that's the part that Kevin Samuels don't tell you. Submission is not you just do whatever somebody else say. No, submission is you looking at the situation and submitting to the point where the other person feels like they're in control, but you're actually guiding the situation to go with your submission. But Clarence, you're too heavy. You're too heavy, brother Clarence. You dropping too much. It's too heavy for him. You were ahead of your time, brother Clarence. You were ahead of your time. I told y'all I'm working on a page right now that's just for relationships. Just for relationships, because we have no clue. Men and women, we have no clue how we're supposed to be having good relationships. We have relationships, but they're all bad. The men get together with the women, they think the women ain't supposed to change. The women get with the man, they think he ain't supposed to change. She think, okay, well, even though I put on all this weight, he's supposed to still be attracted to me. No, even though you put on all that weight, you still got to keep sexual tension up. He may still be attracted to you because he loves you. So that will, but if you let the sexual tension drop, you got problems. You got problems. You got problems. I want to see everybody have a good relationship. I think good relationships are easier than they appear to be, right? But most women have drank the women's empowerment movement Kool-Aid, and so they just are behind. They're in their own way. They're standing in their own way. Sister Wanda, I agree with you. We're saying the same thing with different words. Yeah, Sister Wanda. I mean, I just, and that's the whole point on the internet. That's why people are so mad at Kevin Samuels, because him and Kendra G came after him for saying a whole bunch of stuff to women, but she says the same stuff to women. She say the same things to them. She see how convoluted a lot of them are, and how out of focus and just how they are just out of whack thinking wise. She see the same thing. She say the same thing on her show, but she never say, you know what, Kevin was right. I'm just saying it differently, but he was right. It's like me. I'm more breaking down what he said. I mean, he ain't saying no secret. Well, put it like this, that ain't secret to me. I've been married 32 years, almost 40 years. So he ain't saying nothing that is a secret to me. I already know all of that stuff. But I have the liberty to be able to break it down even further. That's why most women get their hat stuck on submissive. And they think submissive means you just run around like Minnie Mouse behind somebody doing whatever they say. That's not necessarily submissive. Submissive is knowing when and when not to push the issue. That is submissive. You can still maintain control if you submissive, if you submit in the right way, right? You can maintain control. Adolf Hitler was in Germany. Adolf Hitler almost took over the world. Submitting. Oh, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm not going to build no tanks. I'm not going to build no airplanes. I'm not going to build no warships. He was submitting to everything. Oh, yeah, no problem. I'm not going to go into Russia. I'm not going to do this. He submitted to a whole bunch of stuff. By the time the world turned around, man, he had a 2 or 3 year head start on this thing and was taking over a lot of land. So, I mean, Sister Wanda, yes, Kendra G is saying the same thing. She's saying the same thing, but she won't admit it. She can't. Sisterhood code is not going to let her say that. You can't say Kevin Samuel was right. If you are, you'll pick me and this and that. So she don't want to put that pick me jacket on her. So they're going to say, no, so she know better than to say, hey, I'm saying the same thing. Any reasonable person looking at his content and her content see that they're saying the same thing. They just saying it with different ways, right? But she can't say, you know what, he was right. Situation. But now she's seeing. Now she got that dating show. She can see now. Oh, this man is right. These women are just out of their minds. They're totally delusional. Sister Wana, did you see the Peep show last night? Not all of it, Sister Wana. They dealt with women over talking men. The women were not having it. Yeah, man. I mean, Kay does that a lot. That's why I liked when Courtney was there, because Courtney did like this girl I was telling you about. Courtney would just get quiet. They had to really push her to keep talking if she was upset over something. But Courtney just would, and you knew, y'all done mess with the wrong person. You know, you keep messing with her, keep poking her, you're going to deal with that bear, right? But I guess it finally got to a point where Courtney couldn't take it no more. She left. You guys know Courtney's no longer on the mothership. Well, you guys call it the Peep, but I call it the mothership. She's no longer on the mothership. She left the mothership. She's doing her own thing. Good luck to her. Hopefully it's successful. But yeah. But no, I didn't see it last night, Sister Wana. But I mean, I've seen enough of it. I've seen enough. I've seen enough women that was just like, we're gonna overtalk you, because talking is, that's a woman's way of getting you. A woman's not gonna fight with you typically, so she's gonna outtalk you. She's gonna try to say something to really jar your feelings. That to her is like a punch to the stomach, right? But men don't see it that way. Men see everything as a challenge to their authority. And so that's why men will pull out of a situation. Like a man like me, if you keep challenging my authority, I'm not going to say nothing to you. You're just going to turn around and be gone. I'm not going to, I'll take that back. I will say, hey, I will say it in a way to try to get you to see it. But if you don't see it, I'm going to just say, okay, this person can't see it. They don't see it. Their elevator doesn't go all the way up. So why am I talking to them? They can't even get off on the floor that I need them to get off on. So I'm just wasting my time here, and then I'll be gone. Sister Wana, Courtney is getting her own podcast. I wonder why. Because she is unhappy. I mean, I'm speculating. I don't know. I haven't talked directly to her. I don't even know the sister, but just looking at how she was treated on there, especially in the last couple of months, with the emergence of Amira and her not agreeing with Amira's perspective and calling Amira out on her perspective, and Anton Daniels always running to protect Amira like she was a little damsel in distress. I think that really pissed off Courtney to the fullest degree. And she just said, I can't take it no more. Then Anton saying that the black community is trash and just a bunch of other different things that Anton said and did. And that's the stuff he did on camera. We don't even know what was going on behind the scenes. I just think she just said, you know what? Why am I sticking around for this? Why am I sticking around for this? This is not worth it. And then, she came in to be a good guy. They pulled her in because Tawana was actually supposed to be the bad guy, and they pulled her in to be a good cop. But once Tawana left, slowly Courtney became the bad cop. And then now Courtney was the bad cop. And I don't think Courtney wanted to be the bad cop. She just wanted to be the voice of reason. And they were ostracizing her for her position and why she was questioning Amir. And I don't think she wanted to be boxed in to where she couldn't question Amir, because Anton and JR, I think, have business relationships That they can't question a lot of things. That's why I like here. I like doing my thing. I'm not trying to get on and get it with the manosphere, get with nothing. I ain't trying to get on with nobody because I want to be able to talk about what I want to talk about. I want nobody tell me, hey, you can't talk about this. You can't talk about that. I want to be able to talk about what I want to talk about, especially if it's true. If it's the truth, I want to be able to talk about it. Now, I may say, hey, well, I'm going to say it this way or say it that way, but I want to be able to at least discuss the issue. But I don't think Courtney was in a position where she could discuss anything that she wanted to discuss. Sister Wanda, I asked a woman on the panel not to interrupt the men, and she clapped back at me. This is why women don't hold other women accountable. Right. That's why Kendra Gia will never come out and say, you know what, Kim Samuel was right. Not until she's at the end of her career. She won't never say that. Just like Ayala Van Zandt. Ayala Van Zandt got on stage with Shahrazad Ali, calling Shahrazad Ali, said she hate black women, said she trying to put them back in the Stone Ages and all of that. And then 30 years later, she comes back and basically says she was right about everything she was saying. But, you know what I'm saying? It took 30 years and her leaving the Oprah Winfrey Network to finally be able to say that. She couldn't say that because she was on Oprah's network and they wasn't going to have it. Sister Wanda, why is it bad for Anton to say black community is trash when black people call each other the N-word all the time and fighting each other all the time? I mean, he can say whatever he want to say, but to say that the black community is trash, that is an all-encompassing statement. What you could say is certain parts of the black community is trash. That is a more accurate statement. But to say that you got people right now, you got people right now in the street that you live on, black people, excuse me. Man, black people that go to work every day. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me get some water. All right, here we go. Okay, you got black people that go to work every day on your street. They're hardworking people. And then you got hustlers and you got other people. But you got black people that go to work every day. Every day, right? So you can't say the black community is trash because there's some people in the black community that's working hard. Some people in the black community giving their time. Some people in the black community doing a lot of good things. A lot of people in the black community doing a lot of good things. And a lot of people just doing good, just taking care of their own household. Sister Wanda, don't drink water when you cough, dear brother. Okay. All right, Sister Wanda. I just it was scratchy. I had to get something in there because it was scratchy. So sorry about that, y'all. But thank you. That's a good game, Sister Wanda. I'll try not to. I can't promise you, Sister Wanda, but I'll try not to. Anyway, yeah. That's like me saying all white people are evil. All white people are evil. Just like the white race is just evil. I can't say that. What I can say is when they get grouped together, usually the more wicked of them will overtake the more righteous of them. I can't say that. I can't say that they, and with that supposition, it hasn't been a good time for us in America because the more wicked of them have been in control. But I can't say all white people, man. I got people like Sister Dawn in here and other white people that listen to me. Plus, I told y'all, I was on my deathbed and two white people, a man and a woman, saved me. No, they didn't do it because I was black. They didn't do it they did it because they just was good people from the inside. They saw a man suffering, not a black man, a man suffering. And they wanted to help us. They wanted to help me. And they did. Both of them saved my life. So I would be disingenuous saying all white people. I know better, especially when I know better. I know better. But so I have to qualify things. I have to qualify what I say. That's more responsible for me talking is I qualify. Certain white people have done this, just like me saying all black people are angels. We are all God's people. We are God's people, but we're not all in our right mind right now. Because if I say we are God's people, then you're going to say, Brother Clarence, if we are God's people, how come the black man broke in my house last week? Brother Clarence, how come a black man broke in my car last week? I thought we was all God's people. We are. But we don't know it. We don't know it. We don't know who we are right now. Right? So certain ones of us is being they taking on these evil traits. Sister Wanda, all black people should know all white people aren't evil. No, Sister Wanda, they don't. See, because I come out of Muhammad's mosque. And what did they used to say? Not used to. What do they say? The white man is the devil. They say the white man is the devil. But on a further examination of that statement, it's not talking about every white person. What it's talking about is the mentality of thinking you better than somebody just because you're white. That's the kind of white person they're talking about. When we first come into mosque, we don't know this because we just, so what? We never heard nothing like that, right? And white people had done us so wrong. We just like, man, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Until you run up on some white people that's not with that program, then you realize, okay, this ain't talking about every white person. It's not talking about every white person. It's talking about the ones of them that say, I'm better than you because I'm white. But every white person don't feel that way. So I have to qualify what I say. You got people like Sister Don and other people that they don't feel that way. They good-hearted. They just, you know what I mean? They just, for some reason, God touched their heart and they feel like, hey, man, they willing to put themselves in harm's way to rock with us. What can you say? We got white people right now that's laying in their graves to try to help us. What we gonna do? Piss on their graves because they white? Nah. We can't disrespect them. Even though they was white, they was honorable trying to help us. So it ain't about the color. It's about the mentality. That's what Elijah Muhammad was trying to tell us about the mentality. The mentality. He would have white Muslims in the mosque all the time. People say, "Oh well, Malcolm X went to he went to Arabia and he found that their Muslims were white. Prophet Muhammad was white. What you mean he found out that Muslims was white? Prophet Muhammad was white. He got family members in the mosque that was white. Elijah Muhammad used to bring white Muslims over, fly them over here, and bring them into the mosque. White Muslims. But people don't know a lot. Anyway. Sister Wanda, we lost our spiritual system. We did. We had a spiritual system that connected with people, not based on their color or based on their status, but based on their personality, where they were, their vibration, right? Based on their vibration, you could connect with a person. Now we don't have that no more, right? We don't have it no more. Sister Wanda, I'm thankful God changed my heart. I'm thankful God changed my heart too. Sister Wanda, I was a mess. Not too long ago, I was a mess. What's that song? Amazing Grace. A wretch like me. Talking about a wretch. I was living so many lives. I was a perfect hypocrite. The perfect hypocrite. But God smiled on me one day and just put his hands in front of my, and I boom went back. I ran to his hand and stopped. But that's what I had to do to get to the point where I'm at now, where I got a deeper understanding of what Messenger Muhammad was trying to tell us, and learn more about it and actually get into it instead of having that surface knowledge. You know what I mean? That's why qualifying is so important. That's why I'm talking about with. And by the way, Sister Wine, I'm glad God changed your heart too. That's all we trying to do here is find other wretches, right? I'm like I say, there's some people that'll stand and watch the fire burn, and there's some people that will praise, be happy that the fire is burning, and then there's some people charged with the responsibility of going into the fire looking for rubble, going to the rubble looking for survivors. That's me. I'm supposed to go into that fire looking for these survivors. Any survivors. Anybody that wants to take my hand, white, black, green, red, yellow, purple, polka dot. If you want to grab my hand, it's on you. You can take my hand and I'm gonna lead you to the truth. If you don't, cool. You can stay in that rubble if you want. Sister Wanda, just like Paul being struck by the light of Jesus' truth. Yeah. You know what I mean? Get to a point where you can't deny it no more, right? But Paul just couldn't deny it no more. Okay, what can I do? You can run and run, but after a while, you just can't deny it. You just cannot deny it. That's why we're talking about relationships, because I want to show y'all something. This is a picture of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, right? Now, I talked about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett on the last live stream, but this is just a point I want to mention about their relationship. What do you notice about their relationship? You'll never see a picture with them in the different positions here, right? You'll never see a picture where Will Smith will be on this side and Jada Pinkett will be doing this hand gesture like this here, right? He's always in this position where he's like, he has to pedestalize her. And it's like, why? Why? Are you in a good relationship if you have to pedestalize your partner? Right? I shouldn't have to pedestalize my partner if I'm in a good relationship. Why should I have to pedestalize her to make this relationship work? But see, most men don't realize, man, you start off doing that. You start off pedestalizing your woman. Pretty soon, pedestalizing ain't enough. Now you got to pedestalize and worship her. And pretty soon, pedestalizing and worshiping ain't enough. Now you got to pedestalize, worship, and adorn her. Pretty soon, pedestalizing, worshiping, and adorning don't get it. Now you got to pedestalize, worship, adorn, and make over her to the public. You see what I'm saying? You see how it just goes on and on and on and on and on? It never stops. Why? Because your relationship ain't built on mutual interest and basic attraction. It's based on you have to always one-up yourself to somebody. This is like somebody that'll say, oh, they'll say, oh, I'm bored. When a woman tells you she's bored, brother, that is not good. She's telling you that your relationship is not working. There's nothing you can do. What a woman could say to you is, hey, let's do some other things. She can have a suggestion. But when she just comes to you and say, I'm bored, that means her mind is not alert enough to be able to stimulate itself into creating solutions for the situation. You know what I mean? Or coming up with solutions to do things. And maybe she don't want to do them with you anymore. It's an unfortunate situation. But look at Will Smith. Now, I talked about Will Smith in the last live stream. I told you guys that, he and him and his wife have been out there and they got caught up. Their open relationship came to light in the public, right? Came to light in the public, and instead of her covering down on her husband saying, well, let's just kind of keep it private, they talked about it publicly because she had a red table. She had that show on Facebook or whatever. And so she wanted to get views. So she decided, hey, let's talk about it. Why would she talk about it? Because she know that Will Smith ain't going nowhere. He loved her too much. What they say in The Godfather? I love you. I love you too much to leave you. Please don't go. Right? He loved her too much. So he ain't gonna go nowhere. She had no fear of him going anywhere, right? Because why? He said, it don't matter what you do, I'ma always love you. Never, 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 ever, ever say that to somebody. Ever, ever. Never say that to somebody that you in trying to be in a romantic relationship with. Because if you do say that to somebody, they at some point will test your words. And then you know who you're going to have to blame? You. Because you're the one that said it. And then they're going to say, but you said you'll never go nowhere. Or they'll sit back like Jada Pinkett did. And they'll, like when she was at that red table and she saw him crying and she didn't even bat an eye. They see you suffering and they have no feelings for your suffering. It's a sad situation. It's a sad situation. Do you really want to be in a relationship like that? It's better to be in a relationship where everybody knows what they want and is chasing what they want. Right? The man is usually chasing your sexual tension. He's usually hovering around your sexual tension. And you're usually hovering around his love for you or his respect and adornment for you, right? To a certain degree, right? So everybody's hovering around what they're trying to hover around, right? Making it work. But when something is out of whack, like his feelings for her is way outweighs her feelings for him. Way outweighs it. I mean, just you can see. I mean, this picture is perfect. It perfectly demonstrates his overzealous and his out of whack feelings for her. But now, what would make this an even exchange? She should be doing the same thing, right? They both are doing the same thing. That would show that this is an even split, right? You can see that it's not an even split. You can see it. Why would you want to be in a relationship like that? See, and plus, this guy's getting old, man. He's getting old. You know, you can jump through hoops in your 20s. You can jump through hoops in your 30s. You can even jump through hoops most of the time in your 40s. Man, when you get in your 50s and 60s, it's hard to jump through hoops at that age. It's hard. But if you built your relationship on jumping through hoops, then what happens? It you know what I'm saying? The women expect you to continue to jump those hoops. Sister Wanda, we'll put Jada on a pedestal. God didn't like that, therefore God didn't bless their marriage. That too, but also he had no clue of how to treat a woman and how to be in a marriage. He shouldn't have never got married without getting. I'm telling y'all now. I'm putting a course together for how to get into how to be in a marriage. I'm gonna have all this stuff on this other YouTube page. I'll tell y'all all about it when I get it all set up. I'm working on it now. But because these young guys are getting in these marriages and they have no clue of how they're supposed to enter into the marriage. They have no clue. He had no clue what he was doing, right? Matter of fact, he ran into her. He was still married when he first met her and started trying to talk to her. He he was married to his first wife. And he got divorced from his first wife to marry her. Sister Wanda, he loves the idea of her. Well, I think he loves the idea of the fact that he's just so in love with her, right? I love you. I never want to be without you, right? And he can't see himself. He can't see himself but without her. He can't see himself without her. And that's whenever you let, I'm just giving you women game. Whenever, and you women could tell me the truth about it. Whenever you let a woman know that you can't live without her, you're dead in the water. You're dead in the water. Once you know, hey, this dude ain't going nowhere, and you'll be like him. She'll be embarrassing you, and next thing you know, like I said before, he come home, Augustine or whatever, he's sitting on the couch. The dude that's slamming your wife is sitting on the couch. Hey, what's up, man? How was work today? You know what I'm saying? He's sitting on your couch asking you how your day went. He's sitting on the couch talking to was with your wife. Sister Wanda, she didn't even try to console him when he was crying. This is what I'm saying, Sister Wanda. She didn't have no feelings. It didn't even occur to her. She's so past him, and she has so much little regard for him. She didn't even bat an eye that he was suffering. His suffering was insignificant to her. Is this the kind of relationship that you want to have? Not even. By the way, boy, Sister Wanda, exactly. Will is not innocent. God will never bless a man who covets another woman who is not even his wife. Well, Sister Wanda, let me say it like this. I agree with you. I mean, to a extent, you can't be running around wanting everybody else's wife or wanting you're married and you want another woman, right? Because technically, let me get technical. Technically, if your first wife is supposed to pick your second wife, your first wife is supposed to find your next wife. Technically, if you want to be technical about it, if you're going to find another wife, your first wife is supposed to get your next wife with the blessings of God, right? But he decided, hey, I don't want this situation no more. Obviously, because the work wasn't working, right? But he threw his whole thing behind this girl, Jada Pinkett, and she's not a good person for him. She's just not a good person for him. I can see that all the way over here. Sister Wanda, Russell Wilson said the same thing about Sierra, that he prays Sierra doesn't leave him. Now Sierra was twerking in Italy. Yeah. You see what I'm saying, Sister Wanda? You see what I'm saying? This is my point. If she thought he would do something about her twerking, would she have ever been twerking? She would have never been twerking. But what? Why did she go out there in Italy twerking? Because she know he ain't going nowhere. Or she feels strongly that he ain't going to go nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. See, you can never tell a woman, especially a man. Women maybe could get away with it, but a man, you can never tell a woman, I'll never leave you. And women, if a man tells you that, be very careful. That's the type of dude, those are murder-suicide type dudes. Don't, you want somebody to say, hey, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. I can deal with that. But I'll never leave you under no circumstances. That is something either you need to sit down with somebody and talk about it and say, hey, look, let me just clear you up, man. Hey, let's not even talk like that. Let's not even think like that. If you have an issue, I'll come to you. I mean, if you have an issue, you come to me. And if I have an issue, I'll come to you. But we don't need to say nothing like that because we don't know what could happen. We don't know what could happen. Be honest with the brother. Because you don't want somebody to get so caught up with you because that's not love. When they do stuff like that, that Romeo and Juliet type stuff, that's not love. That's not love. That's ego. That's ego. Their ego won't let them go to sleep knowing that somebody else ran up in their woman. So they got to delete her. Or that the woman is challenging his authority. So they end up deleting the girl and deleting themselves. No, that's not love. Romeo and Juliet was told to us like it's a love story. It's not a love story. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy of egos. But they don't. They romanticize that situation like it was a good situation. How's it a good situation? They deleted themselves. How's it a good situation? Well, they loved each other so much that they felt so strongly that they deleted each other. That's crazy. That's crazy. If it's not gonna work out, it's not gonna work out. But you don't have to delete yourself or delete anybody else. That's the way I feel about it. Sister Warner, what do you think about Zach beating down his girlfriend? I think that's bad. I think that's bad, and he's gonna pay for that. But I think that's bad. You know what I mean? Men go around hitting women, women go around hitting men. Nobody should be hitting nobody because of a romantic spat. Nobody should be hitting nobody, man or woman. Nobody should be hitting nobody. But once you get to the point, but I already explained to you how men look at things. Men look at challenges like threats. They don't look at things like, oh, this is a female talking to me. I'm gonna do. When you get a man's defensive juices flowing, he don't see you as a female no more. Now he sees you as a challenge to a threat to his authority, and he's gonna handle you if it's got to be violent or however he got to handle you. He's gonna handle you like a threat to his authority. Then once the blood lowers out of his head, he'll be like, "What happened? What did I do? Oh my God, what happened here?" Sister Wanda, violence is a sign of weakness. I'm not gonna say it's a sign of weakness, Sister Wanda. It is in some cases, because some dudes are just violent for no reason to women. So you're right on that. But I'm not gonna get a carpet blanket statement like that. What I'm gonna say, I'm gonna qualify what you're saying and say violence is Malcolm X said violence is the lowest form of communication. When you can't communicate with somebody any further with language or signs or any kind of way you can communicate with a person, the last line of communication is violence, right? This is according to Malcolm X, Minister Malcolm X. And so when a man is trying to deal with a situation and it just keeps getting heated and heated and heated and heated and heated, like I said, the more you enrage the man, the less he's going to look at you as you're his girlfriend, you're his wife. What his mind is going to say is, eliminate the threat. That's the threat. Eliminate the threat to your authority. Because if your authority gets usurped, then you are no good, no way around this situation. So if somebody got to get hurt so that your authority cannot be usurped, somebody's going to have to get hurt. See, that's how men think about it. Women think, I'm talking to you, you still see me as a female. No. Not after a while, they don't. After a while, they don't. Now, I would say, here's where you're right, Sister Wanda. You're right when you got a guy, and as soon as the girl opened her mouth to ask a question or something, pop, right? Now you're right, because now the dude is just trying to intimidate her, right? But I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a situation where a dude just loses his head. Oh, man. Sister Wanda, you make men seem crazy. Men have to be crazy, just like women have to be crazy. Both of us are crazy at different times, right? Why? Let me tell you why a man have to be crazy. Are you ready for this? Are you strapped in, Sister Wanda? Let me give you some real good game. A man has to be crazy because I never know if I have to take somebody's life. See, I'm sitting here now talking, and I'm sitting here with my wife and everything like that. Some dude rolls in here and just starts tongue kissing her. He got to go. He got to go. She's resisting it. Now, if she ain't resisting it, that's a whole nother thing. But my wife is resisting that situation and looking to me for assistance. That guy's got to go. He's got to go. So men always have to be prepared for for violence from somebody else, from an attack on someone else. I never know when I may have to take someone's life. So I have to be prepared for that. And I can't be in my right mind when I do that. You follow, Sister Wanda? I can't be in my right mind. I have to be able to go to a place where there ain't no rules. Off with your head, right? Then after I come back, I can think about it. Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't realize I did all that. Wow. I kind of blacked out. Right? Because you have to be able to go to a place so you can defend yourself, defend your family, even if you have to take a couple of heads with you. Right? That's how come men are crazy. That's why men are crazy. We need two instances where we have to be not in our right mind. The first instance is self-defense, and the second instance is sexual behavior. We can't be in our right mind, right? You can't be in your right mind when you're having sex with someone, right? You have to be driven by another impulse to do that, right? Because if you're in your right mind, you'll find a reason why you shouldn't do it. Oh, the kids are coming back. They get out of school in a little while. You'll find a reason. So you have to be driven by something else that's going to make you implant that seed. Okay? Let me tell you. Okay, let me see. Sister Wanda, seems like a fine time. How to know when to react is difficult. Yeah, well, for women, never let somebody do nothing violent to you. Never. You know, when a man does something violent to you, to me, that's him letting you know. That's just like a man. That's like when a woman is telling you, hey, you know what? I really like you, but I want to start having sex with different men. That's when they say, oh, okay, no problem. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna move into another. I'm gonna get my own place, and you can do your own thing. Wait a minute. I don't want you to move. No, I have to move. I can't live with a person that's having sex with other people and we married. I can't do that. But hey, now that you told me what you want to do, I got it. Cool. We can make it. I can make that happen for you. I ain't gonna try to unring that bell for you. If that's how you want to do it, you're either gonna do it in front of me or you're gonna do it behind my back. I'd rather you did it in front of me. So go ahead and do it. I'm just gonna move myself out the way. But let me tell you why women are crazy. Let me tell you why women are crazy. And Minister Farrakhan broke this down. He said that women are they go back and forth between highs and lows because you can't be a rational person and have 3 or 4 different children. Right? You can't. That's not a rational thing. A normal person would say, I'm not going through that pain again. But so that's why women, their emotions flow, they fluctuate so much because they have to be able to go through the pain, then get the pleasure of having a baby, then go through the pain again, having another baby, then go through the pleasure of seeing that baby, then go through the pain again. They have to be able to fluctuate. They have to women have to be able to do wide fluctuations. Otherwise, we wouldn't have no children here. If men had to have children, there wouldn't be no children here, right? Because men don't fluctuate that much. They fluctuate, but not that much. Women they have a way bigger scale of fluctuation of their emotional scale than men do. And that's why women are crazy, because their emotions will fluctuate so quickly and so fast because they have to be able to swing from the pleasure, then go to the pain, then go to the pleasure, then go to the pain, then go to the pleasure, then go to the pain, right? Otherwise, everyone would just have one child. That's it. Right? Oh, man. But yeah, this is serious business right here. If you're a woman, and if you're a man, let me see, if you're anybody and you're being physically abused in a relationship, it's time to go. It's time to go. Listen to me. It's time to go on the first hit, not the second hit, the first hit. Let the man that hit you learn his lesson on the next chick. That's it. Once a guy hits you, probably gonna continue to hit you until something major happens. Right? That I say that's it. Same thing with a female. Female's gonna hit you or do or sleep with other dudes or whatever. They're gonna continue to do it until something happens. You can tell, this hurt my feelings. I don't like that. This doesn't work for me and all that. Doesn't matter. What it basically boils down to, if a person don't respect you enough to listen to your concerns and then try to respond to those concerns with their behavior, what are they really telling you? What are they telling you? Like Will Smith, right? Sister Wanda, yep. And and Unseen women cheats, she'll cheat again. Well, you know what? A lot of women do cheat. A lot of men do cheat because they're not happy. There's something going on in the relationship that makes them want to cheat. Just like Jada Pinkett, right? So a lot of situations in this situation, that a lot of things in their relationship makes her want to cheat. One of the things that makes her want to cheat is she wants an alpha male. This guy is not an alpha male. He plays alpha males on his movies, but on a lot of his movies he'll play an alpha male, but he's really not an alpha male. He's really not. He's really a big kid. And she knows it. Sister Wanda, once a woman cheats, she'll cheat again. Depends, Sister Wanda, depends. Depends on her opportunity, depends on how she feels, but it won't be because she gained a bunch of respect for him. That won't be the reason. That won't be the thing that stopped him. The thing that may stop her is she just not, some women cheat until they get to a certain age where now they can't compete for, guys, a certain age group of guys. So they just fall off, right? Or the wall, or they bust into the wall or whatever, right? They just fall off. But I don't care. No, a woman that'll cheat probably continue to cheat until that time, unless something major happens. So something major happens, but most guys that allow stuff like this, like Will Smith, what's major gonna happen? He gonna tell her, "I'll be with you no matter what you do." No, that's the worst sentence to say to anyone. I'll be with you no matter what you do. I'll be here no matter what. Sister Wanda, it stays in her heart though. Yeah, that's true. And it's something that you need to look at. But I would say, Sister Wanda, I can't say that, a woman that cheats is going to always cheat, or a man that cheats is always going to cheat. I was a wretch. I was a fool. And if I was to say that, then I have to say I'd be out still doing the stuff I was doing. But God intervened in my life. So I can't say that as a blanket statement. It may stay in her heart, but what if God touch her heart? What if she gets the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit or whatever, right? What if she goes into the mosque or the temple? What if she finds religion and tries to walk that life, or whatever? I mean, I'll just say it like this: it's something that you definitely have to be checking. Remember when I first started talking, I talk about checking a person. That's what you have to do in a long-term relationship. You have to constantly be checking a person and see where they're at mentally. But what do most men do? What most men do? Men ignore it. Men ignore signs. Women might as well have big signs that they have at sporting events. She might as well walk around with a big sign saying, in 2 months, I'm going to cheat. There's a guy at my job now trying to get me to go to lunch, but I've been turning him down. But if this keeps up, the way this relationship's going, I'm going to cheat, right? She might as well have a written on a sign like that, just by the way she's talking and acting. But the guy is so caught up, he thinks the relationship is good, right? Sister One, of course, I mean without God, but Jada is a Jezebel. Jada is a Jezebel, right? Sister One, Jada is a Jezebel. Yeah, I mean, the post sister just don't have no connection to God. You know what I mean? And The sad part about it is he 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 is not in a position where he can demand that she stop doing this stuff. He's not in that position. He's in a position, and whenever he does stuff like this, he thinks that that's funny, but she looks at him as like an idiot. And but he gave her the life that she never would have got. She never would have gotten it. Her acting career, she never would have got this on her acting career. She never would have been a movie star. She never would have done none of that stuff. She, she was in Menace to Society, but that was going to be probably about it. She's not a good actress, in my opinion. Maybe she's acted to him like, but you just look at their children. Their children are all over the road. You could tell their children are all over the road because of the relationship that they witnessed these two having. Between the bodyguards and the maids and the chauffeurs and all the other people involved, they saw this crazy dysfunctional relationship between these two, and they just kind of sent them sour. It's crazy. It's crazy. Whenever boys are effeminate, that is a direct result of the interactions of the father. That is a direct result of the interactions of the father. If the father is not interacting in a way that promotes masculinity, then that is what's happening. If the boy don't see masculinity, he don't see masculinity. He see femininity on this dude and masculinity on the woman. Then he's confused. So he don't, in his mind, a man is masculine. I mean, a man is feminine, and females are masculine. So now he's running around looking for masculine females to overpower him. And it's his father that showed him that that's what he should be looking for. It's a bad situation, but it's the truth. I'm not saying he was supposed to crush her and never let her say anything, but I mean, he was supposed to definitely be the dominant party in this, especially with the cash he was bringing in. He should have been a dominant party. Like we saw they got a show why Will Smith is losing weight. Why do I got to lose weight? I'm the pony I'm pulling the cart. I'm the horse pulling the cart. Why do I don't have to lose nothing. Y'all need to get with my program. But they didn't see it that way, did they? His own wife looked at him like a fool. How can you have, I mean, even though, let me ask the women. If you are cheating on your husband, not your boyfriend, your husband, this man gave you his name, gave you a life that you would never have gotten if he hadn't married you. You cheating on this man, are you going to have enough respect to at least not have the man that you're cheating with in his house, sitting on his couch, his car in your driveway? Sister Wanda, Will never outgrew his Fresh Prince personality. He's too childlike. I think so. I think he said to himself, being like this is how I got her, and I'm going to stay like this. And, she just got to accept me for me. But people change. That's why you got to keep checking your spouse. People change. Relationships are dynamic. They are not static. They don't stay the same. People change. People look at things differently. Every 5 or 10 years, man, you're going to be totally different because you got different responsibilities now. At 53, I got different responsibilities than I had when I was 23. Right? I can look at things differently at 23 than I do at 53. I mean, just looking at you just got different responsibilities. You got different health issues at 53. At 23, I could jump over this building. This is a 2-story building I'm sitting in. I could jump over this building. At 53, not so much. Not so much. At 43, I was teaching martial arts. At 53, not so much. Not so much. Why? Because things are different. I got children in college, grandchildren, granddaughter. I mean, I got other responsibilities. I can't be all over the road like that. I'm lucky I even got time to come here and do this. I got to make time. Everybody else could just, I'm sitting at home. Dude, I can't have this set up at home. My people will tear this place apart, tear this setup apart. I come in, and next thing I know, one son will be on one computer, the other son will be on another computer. No way I'm letting them people handle that. But see, I have to be smart enough to realize that. No. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm trying to make it happen out here. But yeah, getting back to Will Smith, you got to keep checking the people, man. You got to keep checking. I got a wife, 32 years, married. I still got to check her. Well, what's going on with you, baby? How you doing? You good? What's going on? Any concerns? What's happening? You got to check. You got to check. And she do the same with me. Hey, what's going on with you? What's the plan for next year? What's the plan for this year? What's the plan for next month? What's the plan for Thanksgiving? What's the plan for Christmas? What's the plan for this? What's the plan for that? I'll be like, I don't know. I told you that I wanted to go do this. I said, well, man, why you didn't just say that? Okay, that's cool. Right? Because let me tell you something, man. When you're in a relationship with somebody for 30 years, bro, you guys kind of just get you get to a point where you get that Vulcan mind meld, and you're pretty much on the same page about just about everything. They know the way you think, you know the way they think, and you know what I'm saying? And you're pretty much on the same page. Probably know what each other's gonna do in most cases. 30-something years, almost 40 years, you pretty much know what this other person's gonna do in just about every situation, right? But you still gotta check. You can't assume. Hey, you can't assume nothing. Remember, I told you that cop, he divorced his wife after 27 years. 27 years. Just come in the house. I got a girlfriend, and she crying on the bed, and he just gets up and walks out of the room. What can you do? Sister Wanda, sometimes you got to come home unexpected too. Yeah, that's true too, but the question is, if you come home unexpected and you see something you didn't expect to see, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to get mad and tear the house apart? Or what are you going to do? You going to tear your own house apart? What are you going to do? Are you going to do like on Goodfellas? Spit on your own floor? Why spit on your own floor? If you come home and you find somebody in your house that ain't supposed to be there, you got a couple of decisions to make. Number one, why is this person here? Sister Wanda, like you said, leave. Right. I hear you, Sister Wanda. But some people, they get all emotional. Oh, I can't believe you did this and did. But what you got to do is usher everybody out. Either you leave or usher them out. And you just you realize, see, a lot of times we as men and women, we don't want to accept the truth. People will tell you what the truth is. They'll show you what the truth is. They'll show you what the truth is. But you got to accept it. You can't be like, oh, no, my girl, she would never do nothing like that. Dumb statement to say. Never say nothing like that. That's why I had issues. I was like the lead attorney. Lead attorney was on Anton's show. And Anton said, I ain't never getting no divorce. And lead attorney just shaking his head like, I'd have heard that 1,000 times. I heard that 1,000 times. Me too. I ain't heard it as much as the lead attorney heard it, but I heard it a lot. And I seen that all go down the river. I had a friend, man. I had a friend that married a girl, and he thought, man, I won. I won. I won the lotto. This girl's everything I wanted. Come to find out, she cleaned him out. She cleaned him out. She cleaned him out. And it was a sad situation because he was so in love with her. He was letting her do all kind of different stuff with his money, with his property. It was just a crazy situation. I felt bad for him, and I tried to tell him, but he wouldn't listen. He thought he could handle it on his own. Till one day he pulled up in his driveway, and there was another dude's car in his driveway. There was another dude's car in his driveway. Ugly situation. Ugly situation. Sister Juana, Rita gonna get tired of being on these YouTube streets with folks talking about her. That's why I can't understand. Why are people talking about Rita? Why? She got nothing to do with none of this. His wife and his daughter got nothing to do with none of this. This is why I be telling Daryl all the time. Daryl Long, I try to tell him, Ben, leave his wife out of it. I know now that I'm wasting my time because Daryl is gonna be Daryl. He's gonna do what he wants to do. You know, that's my guy, but I can't. I know that he's gonna do what he's gonna do. That's just the way. That's his personality, is to create that strife. So I gotta let him do his thing and just stand back and, you know, just say, hey, he's a big boy. If he started, he must can finish it. So let me leave it alone. I'm from Los Angeles, and so I know how quickly things could go left. I mean, I've been all over Los Angeles, Watts, Compton, Long Beach, Hawthorne. I've been all over the rough of Pomona, all these, the East Side. I've been all over all of these places doing various different things. I done seen. One time I remember when I graduated high school, and I told my father, I said, man, I'm gonna go to this party. I'm gonna go to it's 3 parties I was gonna go to, 3 graduation parties. My father was like, what you mean you're going to these graduation parties? I said, I'm going to the graduation parties. I think we just got home. I took a shower, got out of the clothes, I put some, stepping out clothes on. And he was like, why are you going to these people? They don't care nothing about you. Just an old, just an old player, man. They don't care nothing about you. Why are you going over there? I was like, man, you don't know how it is. He said, none of the people don't ever call here for you. What you doing? I said, I'm going there. So I went to this party. So he said, all right, it's on you. So I went to the first party, and it was a bunch of cliques. And I was like, damn, man, people standing around and click. Nobody was saying nothing to nobody else. I was like, this ain't my scene. But then I realized, I said, man, it's probably going to be the same at all these other 2 parties. So I'm going to come back home. Come to find out, at the other 2 parties, one dude got killed. One of the twins I knew got killed. And at the other party, somebody got shot. I would have been mixed up in all of that if I had went to those 2 parties. But see, Pops gave me that good game. I thought about it while I was at the first party. I was like, man, you're right, man. Ain't none of these people checked on me, called me. I was sick with strep throat. None of these people called me. Hey, man, you all right? I ain't seen you in a week. I'm gone for a week, and ain't nobody called me to check on me at all. Even the girl I was seeing at the time. I was like, what am I doing? He right. Right? Sure enough, one of the twins I knew, gangbang. These twins was gangbangers, and one of them got shot and killed at the party. One of them got killed, and then the other one, other party, somebody got shot. Bad situation, and it was not hood. It was a hood, but not the hood, where stuff like that should have been going on. Sister Juana, if I was Anton, I would get off YouTube to keep my wife from leaving the relationship. People can only take so much. I don't know. You know what? I don't know, Sister Juana. I don't know. I mean, kind of like he gave his wife a good living. So I don't know. You know, she might leave. She might not leave. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see her leaving. I don't see her in particular leaving. And the reason why I don't see that is because I don't think she puts herself in positions where other men are giving her offers to, leave. I don't see her doing that. She seems real committed to the situation with him. If she was like Jada Pinkett more, where she was out there on, on all these social media and putting herself in a position where other dudes could holler at her and stuff, then maybe. But to me, at least for now, she seems like she's real solid about being in a relationship with him. Hopefully that continues and he don't have to worry about that. But that don't mean it's all hunky-dory. Because like I said, the light can switch at any moment. Things can change at any moment. Next thing you know, you out here by yourself. Trying to pay a guy like the lead attorney to stop the bleeding. You know what I mean? So I don't think he should get off of YouTube. What I think he should do is to keep reiterating out there that his wife has nothing to do with what he's doing. But he keeps doubling down on this open book situation, and that's, to me, that's you're running a high security risk by doing that. My life is an open book. Nobody's life is an open book. No, you can only give as much information as you can. Right? But see, he doubles down on everybody. Oh, my life's an open book. You can check on me. So now they doxing the guy. There's even Daryl has a couple of videos about guys doxing. Daryl didn't dox the guy, but Daryl has videos about the guys that actually doxed Anton and got information about him that goes against some of his claims, if you don't know how to read between the lines. So I'm saying for security reasons, he should back up of the whole my life's an open book. Just say, hey, look, if you got a problem with me, then keep it with me. But why would you bring my wife into it? I would make the people look stupid. Why would you want to bring my wife into this situation? She got nothing to do with this. She's an innocent bystander. Why would you want to bring her into it? She's got nothing to do with it. Right? But, he's got ego problems. Anton's got a lot of ego problems. Do you hate him, Claire? You hate him, huh? No, I don't hate him. I actually like the guy, up to a certain point. I just don't agree with his philosophy that if I got more money than you, I'm better than you. I don't like that philosophy. I don't agree with that. Sister Juana, I saw a guy say Anton is a fraud and in debt. I hope not either, but looks like it is because I haven't seen Anton deny any of it. I haven't seen Anton come out and say, you know what? All he has to do is say, here, look at this video. This guy says this is me. That's not me. This is this. This is that, right? Or he can explain it. Hey, it's not me that's in debt. It's my company that's in debt. I'm not personally in debt. The company is in debt. I don't owe this money. The company owes this money, right? He could say that, right? But he hasn't said anything, right? But I'm not the kind of guy that's going to go out and dox a person. I wouldn't go out and do that. I wouldn't go out and I'm going to pull up all of these records on this guy and just push. That's, to me, that's tough. Sister Juana, show the receipts. Yeah, but I think they got him. I mean, until he comes out and says that's not me, or that's just, I don't owe this money. My LLC owes that money. So I personally am not in debt. The LLC is in debt because it didn't make money. So that's, see, rich people, they do things a whole different way. She say, Sister Wanda showed the receipts on that Versace robe. You know what, Sister Wanda, I could not tell you what a Versace robe looked like. So even if he showed the receipt, I'd be like, duh, I don't know what a Versace robe looks like. I'm old school. I go to Montgomery Ward or Broadway or something and get, and just get me a nice little robe. Cool, right? I think the last robe I got, my wife bought me from Broadway or JCPenney or something like that, right? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know what I was looking at if I looked at a Versace robe. I'd drive my car with it. I would have no clue the quality and the level of that. I have no clue on that. And I'm not saying that to be like it's good that I don't know. I'm just telling the truth. I just don't know. I don't know. I've been poor so long. Well, I would say poor, but I've been not rich so long that I'm rich in spirit of the Lord. You follow? I'm rich in spirit with the Lord. I'm like Job or Lot, excuse me. You could take all this stuff away from me and I still be rich. I consider myself rich, not in money, but in the spirit of the Lord. His way and understanding. I'm getting more of it every day. You feel me, Sister Wanda? Amen. You know what I mean? That's how I'm rich. I could call myself rich, but I know most people when they think of you being rich, they think about riches and money, paper money, right? How much paper money do you have in the bank, or how much paper money comes across your table every year, right? Annual salary, right? But that's not how I wouldn't consider. There's people like that got lots of money. Look at the McBrooms. Look at the McBrooms. I mean, they are just. I was right the first time. Was it Job? You're right. Yeah, Lot is the other one. Job is the one. Yes, everything taken away and again came back twice. Right. I'm old, Sister Wanda, so give your brother some grace here. Yeah, Job. Right. You know what I mean? I'm rich like that. I'm rich like that. So I'm cool. You know what I mean? I ain't really like a lot of other people, man, they trying to get monetized. I'm trying to get monetized too. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm like, oh, I'm like on my high horse because they trying to get monetized. It's not that. It's just that I know I want to be free to talk about whatever I want to talk about. They are not going to be. A lot of these other YouTubers are not able to do that because they have relationships and business relationships where they can't really talk about stuff. So that's cool. They can talk about what they want to talk about. They'll be sitting at the good table. I'll be at that table with Jesus, with the sinners and the publicans. Right? We searching through the rubble trying to find some sinners and publicans that's some survivors. Sister Wanda, I'm looking forward to your relationship course channel. You are going to be the first one that knows about it, Sister Wanda. I'm going to show you. That way you can bring your cousin over there and I can get your cousin married. I guarantee you, if she listened to me, she could be married inside a couple of years. If she listened to me, if she actually do what I say, she could be married in a couple of years. But if she don't do what I say and try to do it all on her own, it's tough. Because there's nobody out there telling nobody how to be in a relationship, how to be in a successful relationship. And the thing about it is, I got love for you too, Sister Wanda. The tough part about relationships is what they don't tell you in Romeo and Juliet and these love stories and all of this Disney fairy tales. What they don't tell you is they tell you that they got married and lived happily ever after. They don't tell you that there's some bumpy years in that happily ever after. There's some bumpy years in there. There's some times where you guys are not going to be on the same footing. And the only thing that's going to bring you back together is everybody putting their ego down and coming together. You're going to have to come together. Because if you don't, if you have one person that's willing to talk about the problem and you have another person that's just not going to, they're not willing to submit to, talking about it, or they're not willing to submit to trying to work it out. They just want everybody to just do it their way. Not going to work. You got to have both people willing to try to fix it. If you got one person trying to fix a situation, it ain't going to work. It just ain't going to work. It's like you have one recipe, one stove, one cake, and two bakers. You guys going to have to figure out what part of the baking process is each person going to do. Can't have one person, okay, we're just going to do it this way. And the other person say, no, we're just going to do it this way. You got to be able to negotiate, compromise, whatever, so the cake can come out right. Your marriage is like that cake. Your cake is not going to come out right if both people ain't willing to do their part to make sure that the cake is prepared properly and it gets the care that it needs. But most people don't realize that, because you know what? They don't teach this. They don't teach this, Sister Wanda. They don't teach how to be in a good relationship. They don't. Nobody don't teach you. You know what they don't teach you? The most important things in your life. How to pick a mate and how to make money. They don't teach you those two things. They tell you how to get employed, and they tell you to get married. That's what they tell you, those two things. Get a job and get married. They don't teach you how to make money and how to pick a mate for a good relationship. They don't tell you that. They just give you the surface of, oh, get married. You need to get married and you need to get a job. Anybody can get a job, but can anybody produce income? The best way to do it is to get a job and then start you a couple of hustles on the side. Build yourself up as a man. Female can do it too. Female can do it too. Sister Wanda, I wasn't taught anything about relationships or friendships or money. No, you're not, right? You're not. And if your parents don't model a good relationship for you, then what you got? What if your father's not in the house? What if your mother's not in the house? You just see your dad dating. You just see your mom dating. You don't know how to make a relationship work. You don't know. And then you listen to your mom saying, men ain't no good. Now you walk out the house thinking, hey, man, men ain't no good. You know, it's not that men are no good. It's the men you picking ain't no good. This is what argument I have with lots of women all the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time, because they'll say that men are no good. And I say, no, that's a blanket statement. The men you are picking are no good. Nobody wants to take responsibility for that. This is like I say the same thing to men. When they say, these women, man, they ain't no good. I know of a dude now. He calls women baby mama terrorists. Baby mama terrorists. That's what we call them. BMT, baby mama terrorists. And some of them are. Some women are terrorists. They terrorize you by not allowing you to spend time with your children. That's true. But you can't call all women that. And you need to qualify it when you're saying it so that people will know the distinction, right? But the ultimate thing about that is you pick that baby mama terrorist. You as a man, you out here picking these baby mama terrorists. It's like I said before, you out here having unprotected premarital sex with unvetted women, and these issues are coming up, and you like, hey, it's the woman's fault. No, it's your fault. You picked this person. Stop picking people like that. Sister Wanda, do you agree that we attract who we are? No, I don't agree. I don't agree with that, because who you are is fluctuating at all times. Who you are is fluctuating. So I can't say, oh, well, I'm picking who I am now. No. If I was trying to date now, when I first, as the person I am now, when I was dating my wife, we probably never would have got together. We never would have got together. Who you are is always fluctuating. But I will tell you, you're picking who you think you need. That's who you're picking. I think I need this person. Why? Because they got money. I think I need this person. Why? Because she's beautiful. I think I need this person. Why? Because she has so much sexual tension in everything that she says. I think I need this person. Why? Because he can help me fix my credit. I think I need this person. Why? Because I need a woman to help me with these kids. I think I need this person. So we pick people that we think we need. This is my opinion. Brother Clarence, you ain't no psychologist. What school you go to? I've been to the school of hard knocks. I got 32 years, almost 40 years, where these people that went to school to learn what I could tell you right now, I could tell you, they went to school for it. And then half of them, they ain't even married. I could tell you, real talk, how to make it work. You want to make a relationship work? Talk to me. I could tell you how to make a relationship work 2 seconds, just like that. But Booker, you ain't got no degrees behind your name. No, I don't. All I got is hard time and bubble gum. That's all I got. But I got enough knowledge to tell you how to have your relationships work better if you want to listen. Problem is, most people don't want to listen, especially guys. Guys think they know every doggone thing. They think they know everything. Hey, man, that person ain't no good. I remember I told somebody one time, I said, hey, this person is no good for you, and they're going to make a lot of trouble for you. This person married this woman anyway. Man, his life was miserable. Miserable. He got into a bad space in his life. She was in a bad space in her life. And, she's no longer with us, so, rest in peace. But it got so bad. He went to a custody hearing to get try to get his children. She got custody. She wasn't even, first of all, she wasn't there. The judge asked the lawyer, where was she? She was in jail for shoplifting, right? Judge still gave her children plus $200 and something a month child support, or $400 and something a month child support. And this fellow was like, what the hell? What the hell? What just happened there? But that's how the laws are. And that's how the laws can be. That's why we got to be like, you got to know who you're getting involved with. I don't know. I don't agree to that extent, Sister Wanda. I think we attract things that we want to fix in ourselves. That's what we attract, in my opinion. Like, for example, if I want to be a stronger person, I may attract a woman that's a little more masculine, right? Thinking that masculinity will rub off on me and I will get a little stronger being with her. But usually when a masculine woman runs into a feminine man, she usually runs over him and produces more femininity in that man. Why, Brother Clarence? Why? Why does this happen? I'm just a mathematician, y'all. Just do the math. This happens because to make a relationship work, it has to be a circle. One half of the circle has to be masculine. One half of the circle has to be feminine. But if the woman is in the feminine, if the woman is in the masculine position, to make the relationship work, the man is going to have to take on the feminine position. Do you agree? You understand? So if you understand, then you know that if the man takes on the feminine position, how then is he going to usurp the woman if she's in the masculine? The masculine position, by definition, is not going to want to be overthrown. Once a woman gets in a masculine position in a relationship, she is not going to want to allow, she's not going to want to step down from that position. That's just the nature of the masculine framework. You don't want to step down out of the position of authority. So she's going to push back on your trying to get more masculine and push you back into a feminine position. And that's where it's just going to stay that way. And that's the only way the relationship is going to work. As you can see here with Will Smith. Only way this relationship would work is if he's in a feminine position. He has to be in a feminine position so this situation can continue. Instead of just saying, you know what, this ain't working for me. I don't want to be in a feminine position. But he thinks he's doing the right thing. He thinks he's doing the right thing by hanging in there with her and allowing her to mistreat him like this. I say no. You can't do that. You can't do that. What you got to do is you got to walk away. You got to leave. But see, you know what? He's going to be in the doghouse. If he don't be in his feminine, if he doesn't stay in his feminine position, he's going to go in the doghouse. So the only way for him to roam in the yard, he's got to put that pink bow on his head and run around in the yard. It is what it is. You would think all this money that this man have, all these movies that he made, all the accomplishments, all the money, you would think that the guy would be able to at least live out the rest of his life doing whatever he wanted to do, being considered almost royalty, right? Everybody should be approaching him like, yes, sir. They should only be seeing him in the masculine, right? But look, he puts himself in a feminine position. He puts himself there. Why? Because the only way this relationship is going to work. Now, the question is this a good relationship? That's the question. Is this a good relationship? And how long will she will allow this to take place in this situation? How long? How long will she be able to say, yeah, this is my man? Not long. I don't see it. That's why she's trying to date these rappers, because she wants somebody with a backbone on them, right? When you're in a feminine position like this, brother, you can't hit nobody, right? Now I'm just talking to the fellas. You can't hit nobody right when you're in a feminine position like that. I don't care how you out here acting like this. When you acting like this, you think he hitting that right? If he's hitting that right, she would be like, yeah, him too. Yeah, she'd be have her hands up too, right? He ain't hitting that right. And even if he had a history or a track record of hitting it right, she would at least respect his past work. She don't respect his past work. Why? Because she want a man. She wants a man. When I say a man, I mean somebody that ain't scared to tell her, kick rocks. Kick rocks. Just like that dude, that rapper that was banging her. I'm just here to bang you. I'm just here to bang you. That's it. You ain't nothing to me but a piece of meat, and I'm here to bang you. Sometimes you got to talk to a woman like that. Sorry, sister. Sorry, Sister Wanda, but sorry. But sometimes you got to talk to a woman like that. Sometimes you got to get in her ear and just say something like that. So she know that you are in control of the situation. But see, he didn't do that. He thought by being this feminine guy that was going to make the relationship work. And it did. It made the relationship stay, made her stay. Because it allowed her to be in this dominant position. And she stayed there because she got the money, she got the house, she got the lifestyle, she got the nanny, she got the maid, she got the chauffeur, she got the car, she got whatever she wants. Plus, she get to dominate this dude and walk all over him, step all over him, wipe her feet on him, and then keep on moving. Big old movie star, she get to wipe her feet on him. This is how he is permanently in the doghouse. Now, the question I got for anybody wants to answer this: can he ever remove himself from the doghouse and have the relationship continue? Can he do it? I don't think he can. I don't see how he can. When you get to a certain point where women have lost so much respect for you, there's nothing else you can do. Nothing else you can do. I mean, outside of, sometimes you can leave somebody and they'll say they could see the light after a while, but why would you want them back? If you leave somebody and they say bye, and then a year later they call you back saying, "I'm sorry, I thought I knew what I was talking about. I didn't. I hear you, but I mean, I'm in the middle of doing this now. I'm living my best life without you, actually." His life, in my opinion, his life would improve so much if he cut her loose within 30 days, he'd feel much better. Within 60 days, he'd be like he could jump over the moon again. But he ain't willing to do it, right? Because he loves her too much. I love you. I love you so much, right? I can't leave, right? So he's stuck. He got what they call those cement galoshes. You can't move. So he's what Minister Farrakhan called easy pickings. Easy pickings. I mean, she can just slap him around, nothing's gonna happen, and he's easy pickings. I don't know where this is going to go. It's probably going the same direction as Kim and Kanye, because that was a similar situation, except for he was all over the road. He didn't have a stable way of handling anything, but it was hard for him to be stable because he had to deal with her past record, her meaning Kim Kardashian's past public sexual record. He had to live with that. He had to deal with that. And over time, it overtook him. The question is, and it ended up in where they tried to institutionalize the brother. They tried to put the brother in an institution. He said, "I'm out." After that, he said, "I'm out. This is the last goddamn straw. I'm gone. I'm gone. You don't try to lock me up. I'm out. I'm out. Hell no." Right? But I think at a certain point, and I told another brother this too about a sister that he's messing with now, but we don't talk because of that sister. That sister got us we don't talk because she got mad at me trying to give him advice about her, and he would go back like a fool and tell her. So anyway, I told the brother, I said, "Man, hey, this sister is going, if you're not careful, this sister will pull a plug on you if you get sick." And he already got health problems. I said, "Man, this sister will pull a plug on you, brother." "Huh, man, what you talking about? She loved me." I said, "Maybe so, but not in a healthy way, brother. Not in a healthy way. This sister, I'm just listening to her sitting talking, and she will pull the plug on you." So I haven't talked to that brother in years. So, but you know what I'm saying? It's like it's what he wanted. He wanted it that way. I see the same thing for Will Smith. I feel like if he gets sick, she gonna put a goddamn plug, or she may try to institutionalize him later. Because see what's gonna happen is Eventually, the light is going to come on in Will Smith's head. Eventually, the light's going to come on, and he's going to be like, you know what? These people were right about her. She don't care nothing about me. See, but he haven't seen a big enough show of her inaffection yet. She still got room to play with. So when she finally do that, it's gonna be on and cracking. It's gonna be on and cracking. That's when he's gonna be like, "What? She really don't love me like I thought." Oh my God! Oh my God! And he gonna really start wilding out, and then they're gonna institutionalize. They're gonna put his ass in a straitjacket. If any of y'all are around Will Smith, man, holler at your boy. Tell him, hey man, you need to get your situation straight now. Ask her, just tell her, hey, look, let's go our separate ways for a little while. Let's separate for a little while. Give her some time to bang all these dudes that she want to bang, and then you can quietly get the paperwork together to drop kick her. But as long as you stay all 100 grand for her, and she's zero for you, you just like a puppy following somebody around on the porch. And it's sad to see somebody who was so successful. This just goes to show you that success doesn't necessarily equate to happiness. Somebody that's so successful in music and television and movies is just a puppy for a Cruella de Vil here. Sad. Well, I talked and talked, y'all. Y'all go home and listen, and or if you are home, tell your family, find at least 2 or 3 people in your family, and just go up to them and tell them, you know what, I love you. I want us to have a better year next year, but I love you. Tell them that. Tell them that you love them. You never know, man. You never know. You see a big old dude. I used to tell my father, I love you, man. I see this big old dude. He'd just break down sometimes because I told him that I loved him. Right? He was a big old dude. But I was scared. I was like, man, this dude gonna punch me. But I said, you know what? I love him enough to risk it. I walk up to him and say, hey, man, I love you. I thought he was going to say, get out of my face. Get out of here. What you talking about? Talk to me like no punk. I just pat him on his back. He'd go in his room, sit down, and start crying. Right? I give him his dignity. I let him go. I wouldn't follow him around in there. But, because don't get it twisted. If that man got mad at you, whew, he was like 3 tornadoes. He wasn't no punk. Ex-military, ex-MP. He wasn't no punk. Not a little man at all. And very skilled with his hands. So, but he, a lot of time didn't think people even cared about him because of the way his perception was. His perception was off because he did a lot of drinking. So his perception was off. But anyway, talking about him, I'm talking to y'all, telling y'all to go to your family and tell your family, even you got to pick up the phone and call somebody. I'm going to do it. I got an aunt that I need to call. And I'm going to say, hey, auntie, I love you. I know I haven't been in touch with you for a while, but I love you. And if you need anything, let me know. Sometimes people just need to hear that. Not, I need something from you, but if you need something from me, just call me. If I can't get it, I'll at least try to get it. See, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. What do you have to be thankful for? Your life, your job, your children, your relationships, the fact that you can praise God any kind of way you want to. You got a lot to be thankful for. We all do. We all do. Yeah, there's a lot wrong. There's a lot of stuff wrong too. But without the stuff wrong, there's no reason to be thankful for the stuff you got right. You got a lot of stuff to be thankful for. So now I'm telling you, go out there and tell somebody out there that you love them and pass this message on. Don't just keep it. That's the way things work. You got to pass it on. Now I'm putting it in your ball in your court. You go pass it on and tell somebody that you love them. And you don't want nothing from them except to be able to help them if they need you. Dig that. Dig that. Brooklyn, what you talking about? Everybody else got drama. And you talking about tell somebody you love them. Yeah, I am. That's why I only got 300. I can't get out of the 360s because I have people come, I have people go. I have people come. I got all the way up to 368, and then I come back down to 364. But you know what? I don't care, y'all. I don't care. I'm going to keep telling this truth until somebody comes with some receipt, Sister Juana, to tell me that I'm wrong. But it ain't happened in a year and a half. Nobody comes to me and tells me because they can't. If they got any intellect at all, they can do the math and they see, hey, the brother's right on track, right on point, right? All right, y'all. I probably won't see y'all again. I think Saturday I got a live stream with brother Corey. I am Comos. That brother's gonna be talking about starting your own trucking company. He started out driving trucks, and then he ended up just starting his own company, just buying his own truck. He was making so much money, he just bought his own truck. I mean, he said trucking business is good, and they don't care what color you are. If you can haul freight, you can haul freight, right? And you don't take a lot of money. According to him, it don't take a whole bunch of money. Not a whole bunch of money. I mean, there ain't no business you're going to be able to get involved with where you ain't going to put some money into it. But this ain't like, we ain't talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. We talking some, reasonable money. But anyway, I'm going to let him get into that. That's going to be Saturday, I think at 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. And you got to adjust that for your time zone to come on in. Check that out. I'm going to start bringing more guests on and talk about different topics and, how to just improve our lives. You know what I mean? Ultimately it's for Black people, but it's for any people. Anybody who wants to get the good game can come on in and listen. You know what I'm saying? So we help anybody over here. Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Y'all enjoy y'all holiday tomorrow. Y'all enjoy Friday. And like I said, we see y'all Saturday morning, 11 a.m. I think 11 or 11:15, one of those two, to listen to the brother about starting your own trucking business. Young brother too, young brother. So, y'all come in and listen to that, all right? Until then, thank y'all for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. I will see y'all in the streams. Peace.